guys, and welcome to your equine education video. Today we're going to talk about measuring. So measuring is super important to know the size of our horse. So we have our beautiful volunteer, Mr. Henry here. He is our favorite for our Adopt a Pony videos. We are going to measure him. But before we get started, there's a few factors that we have to talk about. So we measure our horses in hands. Now I don't mean like a whole hand like this, but there's 4 inches in every hand. So it's roughly this, 4 inches in a hand. That makes up all of our hands on our horses. Now, this is how we also tell the difference between a horse and a pony. So many times I've had people ask, oh, is he a pony? Because he's a baby, but no, it's done by their size. So a horse is 14.3 hands high and larger, and 14.2 hands and smaller is a pony. So we're gonna show you how to measure that. So when we think about measuring, it's important that we think about a few factors. One, we want our horse standing fairly square, which O. Henry is. We want him standing on nice, even ground, which Henry is right now. He's slightly raised with his front, but we're gonna measure through the front anyway, so that's okay. But if he's on really uneven ground or a hill, all of those can affect your measurement. Also, if your horse has shoes on or shoes with pads, that can slightly affect as well. And you may think, why does the slight difference matter? Well, when you're competing in things like jumpers, you actually have pony jumpers. So if your horse measures at 14.2, but they're on an awkward stance, and you get to the show and they're 14.3, and you've entered for pony classes, you might be in trouble. So we want to think about making sure all those factors are taken into account. Now, when I'm measuring, sometimes our horses find these a little spooky. This is a measuring stick. So we want to make sure he's properly secured, either on cross ties with binder twine for quick, safe release, or with somebody holding him with gloves on in case he pulls back. So how this works is I'm going to push the button, and it should snap into place. You can see there's a little level on it, which is super important. Anyone who's ever done construction knows how to work a level already. Now this pulls all the way up, and I don't want to do it right beside Henry. I want to give him a chance to look at it first. See how he's, even look at Henry, who's super calm. His ears are pricked forward and his eyes are here. We've got his attention. So I want to give him a second to look at it. I might even let him smell it. He seems all good. He's been measured before. So I'm going to come beside him. Now we measure our horse to the highest point of their wither. So if you remember from our anatomy class, our wither is the top of their back, the highest point of their back, where their back meets their crest of their neck. So I'm going to be beside his shoulder with his feet standing square. And I'm going to ooh, you're a good boy. See how even he's a little nervous? We're just going to give him a second to adjust. He says, I don't want to be measured, guys. Now we're going to slide this down nice and slowly to not scare Henry to the highest point of the wither. And we're going to make sure our level is in the middle. Great, so we're now nice and level. Great, so we're going to take it away from Henry to look at it. So he's 14 hands, so see the big number 14? That's 13, these are the hands. And then he's 1, 2, and he's at the 59 mark. So he's 14, 1, 2, 3. So Henry is 14.3 hands. So that makes Henry just a horse. So he's just in the horse mark. Now to put this away, we want to make sure to give this a little snap so it goes back in and down. We have to push the little red button and slide this all the way down. Another common mistake people make is they don't pull this all the way up to measure. So they just start it here, and they also will get a wrong read as well. So always making sure you're taking your time, letting your horse introduce the measuring stick, letting him get comfortable with it. And that's how we measure our horse. Hope you guys enjoyed.